the Crimson Combine happened,
Okay.
and there was mixed emotions.
To say the least.
So from what I heard, just to start about this whole thing that happened was, there were some people that wanted to. There was, I guess that certain people in the program came in and said, "Yeah, we're not having a spring game this year," and they basically were like, "What do you mean?" The administration was, and they just go, "We're not going to have one. We just can't do it this year." And it's an old adage that college football coaches think they're the busiest people in the world to ever live. What else are you going to do? They don't have time to do X, Y, and Z. And I think now at least there is a little more weight to that argument because you have so many transfer portal ads, you have so many guys leaving. You're going to have a lot of guys leaving even as this portal window opens up because we got to get down to 85. I'm not sure the full number of scholarship players we have, but it's definitely over 85. And we have 34 new players this year that were transfers or freshmen. There's a lot of time you need just to spend with them in order to see them develop and get more comfortable with the team and with just the whole program. So I get where there's some of that. It does seem maybe nowadays there's less time. The spring game takes a lot of time to prep. You got to prep call scripts for offense, a call script for defense. You got to get the teams selected. You got to get training staff there, medical staff. You got to get on-day security there. You got a concession stand set up. The whole operation of the game is different. Television set up, radio, all this stuff is just a lot to deal with. Coaches have their interview demands, and all that just takes so much time, and especially just whenever they want to be out recruiting, they want to be out evaluating for guys that might be in the portal. I just think that they just don't see it. They don't see the return on investment that they would get elsewhere by spending that time doing other things.
Fair.
And that's kind of where I just draw it up. And I think I know that there were some contractual obligations to, and I'm not sure if it's vendors or who, but I know that they just had some contractual obligations they had to meet that were contracted for the spring game. And that's why they had to put on an event, because they had to give those contracts something. They couldn't just cut, high and dry and say we're done.
Mm-hmm.
But they had to provide some sort of event for those whatever obligations they had, to be fulfilled. So, but what did you think? I mean, we saw the clips. We weren't able to go. We tried. We just could not make it work on Saturday for us. But what did you think of the clips you saw? I know that we saw some good stuff from the 7-on-7. Looked like John Mateer is just another fan favorite.
Right.
But
to me, it's just so hard to tell because, again, like you mentioned, like it is 7-on-7. There's not even a line. There's no defensive line to even remotely give any type of opposition to your pass. So it's like, oh, cool, like that was a great pass. Sure, that was a great route, but I don't really know. Like, it's cool, I guess. Apparently, I heard that there was a kicking session that was not good. Now, could we chalk it up to the fact that there was 40-mile-an-hour wind on Saturday? But
true.
Guess what? We're in Oklahoma. There's 40-mile-an-hour wind often.
True.
So your kickers are going to have to get used to that. So I don't really know. I mean, a few of the clips I saw were fun. It looks like it was fun for I don't know. I saw kind of 50-50, I guess, comments. Like some fans loved it just because they love anything that OU does, which is fair. I get that. And some fans were like, yeah, it was a waste of time. This was a waste of money. So I hate that for them. I love the fact that John Mateer signed so many autographs and he kindly said he would have stayed all night to do it. Like, that's the kind of people that anybody wants on their team,
right,
to show that kind of what it already seems like, just love and commitment to the university and the fans. And honestly, that's smart business because now everybody's like, wow, I love this John Mateer guy. I was already going to buy his jersey because he's a quarterback, but now I'm really going to buy his jersey because I like him as a human being.
Right.
And so it's smart businessman, honestly.
That is smart, yeah.
So I don't know if I don't know if I really have a lot of opinions on it.
That's fair.
I understand from it's busy and college football is chaotic standpoint why you don't have one. But then I see teams like Tennessee had a game.
Yeah.
I think Alabama has a game. Like, there's other schools that were in the playoff that are still doing a spring game. So it's I don't know. I still would have enjoyed the spring game.
Yeah, same.
Would have wanted to go to it. It's like, I get it. I do. Why they wouldn't. but also it's kind of just like one of those. It's just an additional thing with the changing of college football that it's just exhausting as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just really kind of where most of us probably are. It's just one more thing that we have to lose or not agree with, or just, people don't tend to be fans of change. Mm-hmm. So, but anyways, your thoughts?
Yeah. Just on the whole, I totally agree with you on the whole, fans getting less. That is certainly true. I also don't, just if I'm looking at it from BV's perspective, this is going to sound cold and uncaring, but as are many things in life, pleasing the fans doesn't win you football games. I mean, it might have an effect in terms of crowd noise in certain times, but by 99% of his job isn't going to be decided by how many fans he makes happy in the offseason. So mm-hmm. if he thinks that not playing a spring game gets him more practices and more looks and gets him better players and better player development, it's hard to say that's the wrong decision, as much as I hate it, as much as we all do, because of it's less that we get as fans. And it does seem like we're in a world where we get less and less and they want more and more. There is also, T and I, this is funny. Like I just have an inability sometimes to sympathize with just I just don't understand. I get that the spring game and that is fun. More fun to me is seeing us win games. And if there's any chance we have a 10% chance now to beat Texas because we spent an extra day doing install or whatever it is, mm-hmm. then I take that trade-off all the time. Venables is on hot coals this year when he sits down, so it's not like he just has all of the good time or all the time left, and even then it's just with the schedule he has coming up too. I don't know how gracious even the fans are going to be with him.
Yeah, I know. But I understand, and that's why it's like I get it too. Like, yeah, I understand that there's more important and pressing issues, and you're right. Do you want the fans to like you? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you want them to support your team? Yeah. But at the end of the day, them not having a spring game, is it going to affect any of us season ticket holders? Are we just not going to get our season tickets anymore? No. Are we just not going to show up anymore?
Right.
No. Are we just not going to cheer anymore? No. But like you said, if they don't win, that's the cause. It. So, but it's yes, and I get it now. I mean, and it is like, as a fan, it does like our tickets are more expensive. They're wanting us to travel to away games. You're wanting us to contribute to the NIL on top of that.
Right.
Then go ahead and buy player merch individually, which is more NIL.
Yep.
But what do we get in return? A 6-6 season and no spring game, no clinics, no ladies clinic. It's like,
yeah. Someone said that here. I was going to bring up because I know that.
Again, sorry, should they go to an SEC championship? Go to the playoff? Fine, I'm happy. I'm going to be happy. I'm disappointed right now. Salty right now, but can pay off.
Sooner Cat said all the fun fan events have been canceled. Spring game and women's 212 event this summer. You're 100% right. T is a big fan of the ladies clinic.
I love the ladies clinic.
Yeah,
that was like my countdown. I just couldn't wait to go to the ladies clinic.
And there's obviously trade-offs. Like, at what point is it too much? It's not like you can go there and just have terrible food because it's cheaper and saves more. I mean, obviously at some point there's a fan experience does matter, but I think you make the perfect point, and I think they know that.
Right.
It's just look, they're going to complain for 2 weeks, they're going to whatever, and they're all going to show up on game day.
My biggest thing at the end of the day, they have the item of the game. Why don't they just put 1% of proceeds for food and drink to NIL?
The third quarter, 5% is going to support NIL only,
right?
And for Oklahoma athletics, I'd go buy a hot dog or something,
right? At the beginning of the third quarter, if we're winning and we're all feeling good, put a QR code up there and just challenge everybody to send $1. There's $85,000 right there, and I'm sure some very generous, more rich people than us would be like, here's 1,000, here's 100.
Dude, there's
just a thought.
There are just so much that we have really to look forward to in terms of, I think, who we have coming back. So it's not all negative, but I get why people are, upset about the spring game or the Crimson Combine.
Right.
Got a lot of heat a little bit, and it looks like from Kel Gundy's photos, you see that the 5,000 to 50,000 didn't look great. But I
Apparently,
don't know.
they said there were 16,000.
Yeah, I think they might have been counting people outside the stadium.
But I don't see how you could count that.
Because it's technically a part. Like if it's a Crimson Corner event, part of it.
I
And
guess.
all that.
But that seemed.
Also, it holds 85,000.
I'm not good at guessing numbers, but that sure does not look like 16,000.
Might be. So what's the middle? It might be around like 10,500.
I'm bad at guessing numbers, and my guess was like 5.
Yeah.
And even like I had friends sending me like who were there like videos of the event or like little videos that I saw that OU football post. It did not look like 16,000. Again, I'm bad with numbers. Guessing like those guessing games, how many are in a jar? I'm not gonna get close. So, I'm just not.
Remember 129 says you guys were obviously not around in the 90s. I was around in the 90s. In the early 90s, I was learning to crawl. In the mid 90s, learning to run pretty fast. And by the late, I could pretty much
Read.
Yeah, could read. I was around in the 90s. Dang it.
Yeah, I too was barely around. But like I was born around that mid 90s and so yeah.
My dad from the top rope looked like 2,500.
Agreed. Thank you.
It looked like we got the same people that counted the numbers at the. Wow, never mind. That was about to be a political joke again. I would have gotten in trouble.
How many did he do while I was
My
gone?
dad laughed. No, none. I didn't do any.
Okay.
I caught myself a couple
Because
twice.
he wasn't here
Twice
for
I
me to
caught
go.
myself. Yeah, caught
Stop.
myself twice. And I was like, you know what, T, be proud of me for that one.
I am.
All right, well, I'll be honest. I don't know. I know that we were going to talk Crimson Combine. I wanted to talk about the Nico story and situation.
Mm-hmm. Have we talked about? I don't know if we didn't have a show last week, but I know we had Devon Mitchell in the portal.
Mentioned that.
Yeah,
more of
I get it.
Like a percentages thing.
Yeah.
And
Was he also really like 10 pounds away from 300?
apparently.
That's insane.
Now, it's like, I don't. Oh, wait, I'm not 1/2 anymore. Geez, well, I can't go back.
He's still 1/2. I just don't even worry about changing it at this point.
Yeah, I'm not. Sorry.
It's my fault. I was late.
No, she's working stuff. It's all good. But yeah, we talked about Devon Mitchell leaving. I don't know. I hate seeing kids leave because like I just hope they go to a good spot and it works out for them because they are young men and we need good young men developed in our world in general.
It looked like he got baptized this weekend.
He looked
Was that
awesome.
him? So it's like I love that. That's a good first step for new life accountability. I know.
Dion Burks, I think too.
Dion
right?
Burks also got baptized. There were several guys that took that step, and that's fantastic. And it seems like Devon Mitchell's were in and of himself, kind of, in that he just never got what he did. So like was probably cut. It was like, hey, we gave you enough chances. It seems like we're not there. But I don't know. I wish him the best. I really do. I hope that he finds his place, like you said, finds his place and finds his commitment, not commitment, but I hope he finds his passion to where like this is something he truly wants to pursue with all he has.
Right. And that he finds.
And I hope you don't go to SEC team and find a way to ball out at us. Yeah, it really piss me
I
off.
was about to say that. I was in a school we never played because I wish you the best.
It's like, yeah, absolutely.
A couple of just other sport updates here. I know that Harry James Taylor, one of the great all-time OU fans, just in general, is making some updates on. There are some great prizes at the Friday game at the softball stadium.
That must have been at
ASA Hall of Fame Stadium. On the table, $20 and $50 tickets on the table for a softball game Friday night at ASA Hall of Fame Stadium.
There you go. If you're looking for some softball tickets, hit them up. I think it's Mississippi State that they'll be playing. I think you're about to ask.
It don't matter. No, it does. Are they winning right now?
No, it's in the top of the 8th. I'm honestly streaming
it's
it,
1-1?
It's in the 8th inning.
Look at that. You're letting secrets go out, backstage secrets. They don't want to see, There are. Yeah.
We're hitting not great at all, and I don't understand it, but just a little slump the team's going.
Looking forward to next season and the hardest schedule in all of college football.
We love it. Here's the thing. I am looking forward to it because should we succeed? Come on now. How fun is that?
Can you imagine having to not just come up with topics out of nowhere? Like, you can just, hey, we're going to talk about the game for the whole show. And then some other
off
games.
season's tough, guys. I can't imagine those guys that are doing like every single day.
Every day. I mean, I used to, I'm not going to joke. I used to watch these like daily shows and say, why would you even talk about this? It doesn't matter. And just like, I get it. You're just scratching the surface for anything. Yeah.
We're there now.
We're gonna try some like games and stuff later, like this or that, and we're gonna. I saw one where it was 2 teams you hate, and you have to pick between the 2, like to field your team. So it's like Quinn Ewers or like I don't hate Quinn Ewers. It actually seems like a solid
he seems
guy,
like a decent guy. The problem is
he
just plays for an ugly team.
It'd be like Quinn Ewers or like I don't know, like Brandon Whedon. I don't know, like to Oklahoma State or dude, I can't stand Oklahoma State.
I honestly, Brandon Whedon was pretty cold for being an old man in college football. What's funny is like as an old man, I was like, bro, was what 26 playing, and at the time I remember like that's really not fair. Like my dad's trying to I was like he's like so much more developed, so much more mature than these kids. Like that seems like a cheat code. Honestly, when I reached 26, I was like, heaven forbid I had to try to go out there and play a basketball game. Like I would be a liability at this point. So
I'll play some half court.
So to me, it was just like I kind of gained a weird semi-respect for him. But
Lincoln Riley or Cale Gundy, or I mean, not Cale Gundy, Coach Gundy, Oklahoma State. Ooh.
No, they meant Cale Gundy.
Yeah.
So I'm choosing Cale Gundy.
Yeah.
Sorry, Stacey. Loophole.
Little loophole. That's brutal. Yeah, we're gonna play one of these. I think it'd be fun and just kind of do something. We can do it for different positions or different sports, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to talk about the Nico thing and then the Crimson Combine. I'm never going to get that right. Never. I said Crimson Corner 500 times.
You're getting Campus Corner. And
yeah. I know. I'm blending it.
It's tough.
Crimson Corner. By the way, would be a good name for a little local bar down there.
Right.
Crimson Corner.
All right. We have officially like 3 hits of the game. So sorry.
But yeah. T's just not locked in. She's locked in on the game.
Look,
by the way,
a lot has happened lately.
Look at this little addition to the studio.
How about my little addition?
The goat.
Right here.
That's T with Sherry Cole when she was. How old were you, T?
I was in 6th grade because I won top dog at the OU camp.
Top dog.
Yeah, so she signed it for me. I said, "Hi, Coach Cole.
This is a picture.
I would love your books. I'm gonna buy your books. Signing those 2 would be fantastic. But can you actually sign this picture of us from like 20 years ago?"
That's so sick.
She's like, "Oh wow, yeah, I'll sign that." So it's kind of cool.
And then here's a picture of me in my OU gear.
We're just gonna let that.
We thank y'all for joining.